local source, WCJB TV 20. This is TV 20 News Morning Edition.
Welcome back. Looking to work your way up the corporate ladder with a little style. Joining me this morning is Josh Jackson, the author of How to Pimp Corporate America. So welcome back, Josh.
Thank you for having me again.
Yeah, no problem. Just saw you about it a few minutes ago. So the thing that I learned and that I really like about your book is it really does speak to a younger generation and really gets them prepared. But, you know, for someone who is older and they're already maybe in the corporate world, how does this help?
Well, they have to reinvent themselves. I mean, so the first thing I always talk about, too, is making sure that you're marketable. So get certified. That's the number one thing. A lot of these recruiters, they look for people that are certified in their field of expertise. Also, make sure you redo your resume. You know, can't just go into the job market.
You forget it's outdated.
Exactly. And I always suggest have at least minimum two resumes so that you can actually apply for different types of jobs. So if you want to apply maybe in the customer service industry, but maybe you want to do engineering or IT, you can look at both. And you can have different resumes that feature those particular jobs and those skill sets.
Would you say that for a cover letter as well?
Yeah, I would say cover letters. You know, recruiters are kind of getting like, I don't really need all of this information. I just want a one-pager because they just want to just get the candidates in and just start doing the interview process.
Yeah, and did you talk about social media a lot? Because, you know, growing in corporate world.
Oh, yeah.
Got to keep up with the youngins at this point.
You have to. So, I mean, LinkedIn, of course, LinkedIn.com is a great way to link with professionals in your industry and also with recruiters. I still have a lot of recruiters calling me now, and I'm letting them know, look, hey, I'm on tour talking to different high school and college students about how they could be successful, and I just want to be able to focus on that.
Yeah. And what do you see as the most important point someone who's already in the corporate world or has already had their entry-level job can get from this?
What they can really understand from it is understanding, okay, let me just take a step back and just look at the book as an assessment. It's kind of like a mirror. So look and see, okay, am I really following the steps that Joshua mentioned so that I can be successful?
Yeah.
And if they aren't, then maybe they can just do a reevaluation. If they are, then kudos to them.
It's a checklist. Use it as a checklist, and
Yes.
I'm sure whether you're young or old, probably find something in here for everyone. Am I right?
I agree. Absolutely.
Of course you do. You wrote the book. Well, thanks so much for joining us. I appreciate it. And again, it's How to Pimp Corporate America. Thanks, Adam. Well, looking to work your way up in the corporate world with a little style, I guess is the best way to put it. Joining me now is Josh Jackson. He's the author of How to Pimp Corporate America. So first off, thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. So let's talk about this. What an awesome name.
Thank you.
So tell me about the book. Let's start with that.
Yes. So I came up with the idea because I know that there are a lot of books that teach people on how to be entrepreneurs, how to be good at doing network marketing, but not enough books that talk about how to just be successful with your 9-to-5 job. And I came up with the idea because I've been very, very, very successful in my career. Before the age of 30, I was making 6 figures. So I just want to teach people.
Okay.
Right. So I just want to teach people to do the same, that they can be successful as well.
Yeah, and you know, so we're in a college town, clearly, you know, University of Florida. What do you think people and students will get out of this book?
Oh, definitely a lot of different things. I would say for college students, the best thing that I always like to teach is their brand. They have to understand that their brand is the most important thing, because if you have pictures, for instance, on Facebook, you're upside down on the keg, you might not want to make that public. You might want to privatize your Facebook profile, because these recruiters are looking for people that they want to work with, people that they know that will work good with the culture for that particular brand, for that company. And so if your brand is just out of whack or is just not really where it should be, yeah, you might not get that job. So definitely want to teach on that.
And it seems like the way you speak to me now, this isn't just a do this, do that type of book. It sounds like you really speak to someone and try to relate in maybe a different language.
Absolutely.
That you don't see in other books.
Absolutely.
And that's where you get the pimp from, I'm guessing.
Yes.
So you talked about brand, you know. So give me, what is your brand? What is a good brand?
Oh, perfect. I mean, a good brand would be, well, first of all, you have to know what your niche is. Understand what it is that you can really offer to society, to this world, with your gifts and your talents. And I talk about that in my book. It's called The Pimp Plan. So with the Pimp Plan, you understand what your niche is, understand what that demand is in the market, and you create your vision board. It's the first part of the Pimp Plan. Then you want to make sure that you set up your goals and your deadlines. Then lastly, you want to definitely make sure you have accountability partners. people that you can trust that can keep you accountable for reaching those goals.
Yeah. Well, I want to go into this vision board, but you're going to have to stick around for the 6 o'clock. You'll be joining us again. But for right now, let's send things over to Mike Potter with another look at your forecast.